Did you actually expect me to eat my dick? Hey everybody, Matty here with Altcoin Buzz. Happy Monday, and I hope your week is off to a great start. Today we're looking at John McAfee, who seems to be going back on his word. He is reneging with his agreement with the internet and saying that he will not eat his genitalia in 12 months. I think you know what we're talking about. In a series of tweets, he is clarifying his position. We'll let you know what he has said. We'll give you our reaction on altcoinbuzz.io. John McAfee asks, did you actually expect me to eat my you-know-what? Different people, including Matty Greenspan, reacting here. We'll then take a look at great news out of Venezuela, where Burger King is allowing consumers to pay with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And we'll then finish off with this sponsored piece on Energi, ticker NRG, 2019 in review. Let's first take a look at the markets here on coinmarketcap.com. We are a little bit up even since yesterday, 203 billion total market cap right now. Bitcoin up 1.55% on the day. Other projects up even more, including Ethereum and XRP, as you can see, in the high single-digit percentage gains, so not too bad to wake up to on a Monday morning. Price of Bitcoin right now, $7,596, with dominance at 67.6%, down ever so slightly. Eat my dick in 12 months, a ruse to onboard new users, and it worked. A very slimy John McAfee coming out of the woodwork here and clarifying, so to speak, the bet that he had with the rest of the world. He writes, Bitcoin was first. It's an ancient technology. All know it. Newer blockchains have privacy, smart contracts, distributed apps, and more. Bitcoin is our future. Was the Model T the future of the automobile? Then you have many individuals such as Peter here who are saying that word is bond, John, to which John responds, wake the F up. What idiots think anyone is going to eat their own dick ever, especially in TV? Are you that idiot? God, I hope none of my followers are that stupid. He's clearly trying to spin it in a way that's advantageous to him, but I gotta say, this is not a good look right now for John McAfee, because he didn't really say it in a hyperbolic way. He talked about the mathematical certainty that Bitcoin would reach $1 million in 2020. And at least in his opinion and the way he argued the matter, it was a very objective fact. So for him to come out now and say he was just joking around, that this was all satire, that he wasn't being serious, I'm not buying it personally. I think this is him backpedaling hard. Here on altcoinbuzz.io, we cover the issue. McAfee asks, did you actually expect me to eat my dick? Article here by Christopher. There's a good lesson to learn from this story. Indeed, in an unexpected turn of events, John McAfee confronted his followers with a very blunt question. Christopher sums up the tweets that we just read for us here, but going back to July of 2017, Chris reminds us of John McAfee's word, who fancies all sorts of Bitcoin price predictions. He said that, quote, he would eat his own dick. That is, if Bitcoin doesn't end up trading at $500,000, quote, within 3 years. That was July 2017. Now that those 3 years have passed, or just about, McAfee retraced the tweet, quote, if not, I will eat my dick on national television, and explained the rationale behind it. So it kind of puts us in an awkward position. Is John McAfee a slimeball? Is he not to be trusted? Maybe was this marketing all along? Was this something, a controversial statement of sorts used to build up the space to get people talking about Bitcoin? Possibly. I don't really give him that much credit. I don't think he's that much of a sophisticated marketing genius, but obviously, as you can see, that is the spin that he's trying to put on it. For the very trite reasons, it seems, to get more followers. That's probably what it's all about. Accordingly, McAfee explains that since the tweet has garnered a lot of attention, he was able to secure 10,000 followers in one day. It was what he calls, quote, a ruse to onboard new users. And there's also this other angle to it that Christopher is pointing out here. It seems that John has fallen out of love with Bitcoin. As we read, he calls it, quote, an ancient technology. Not only do, quote, all know it, but it is also the case that newer blockchains have privacy, smart contracts, distributed apps, and more. This, I think, is coming from the angle of him trying to shill the projects that he is more closely associated with, not the least of which is Apollo. So he compares Bitcoin here to the Model T, one of really the pioneering models of technology in the automobile world, but certainly not the one that lasted forever. I don't think the analogy is apt personally. Again, I think this is a self-serving strategy on John's part. And as you can imagine, it should come as no surprise. The reaction from the community has been very negative. Many people are calling John out. Many people are unfollowing him. As Christopher writes, while it is up for the community to decide the appropriateness of McAfee's action, there is one thing worth bearing in mind. That is, don't rely on what other people claim. After all, the majority of us, including Bitcoin bulls and bears, have our very own underlying motives and actions. And not to sound too jaded, but don't trust anybody in this world. Trust your own gut in combination with your research and due diligence as much as possible. Don't trust the John McAfees of the world. You never know what their angles are or what they're pushing or shilling behind the scenes. Reacting here is Maddie Greenspan. He is an example of one of those community members that is very much disappointed in John McAfee. Unfollowed, period, shaking my head. One final possibility is that McAfee is doing this to promote his presidential campaign. Again, the explicit goal in that is just to get people talking about the ideas of his campaign. He doesn't consider himself to be a viable front runner. Nevertheless, he tweeted this in response to much of the controversy from the 5th of January. Last year was fun. I stretched things. Yes, I finally based my platform on anal fisting, as many of you saw. For those who saw the humor, you're welcome. But it's 2020 and time to get serious. Our country is in a world of hurt. My true platform, which you can find here at McAfee2020.com if you're so inclined. In other news here, we are discussing Bitcoin and Burger King. Time to pay for burgers with crypto. Here by Christopher. Again, in Venezuela, Burger King is ready to accept payments in Bitcoin and altcoins. Now, certainly this harkens back to the 10,000 Bitcoin that were used to buy pizzas back in 2010. But according to reports, Burger King, the mogul fast food chain, is now accepting Bitcoin payments in Venezuela. But not only that, the chain is also happy to sell you burgers and fries in exchange for Tether, Binance Coin, Litecoin, and purportedly Dash. The payments will be enabled in a single Burger King branch in the Sambil area of Caracas, the capital of Venezuela. And it looks like that is just going to be a pilot phase because in 2020, 40 additional locations will also accept the basket of coins. According to Dash Blog's post, the platform powering the payments for this cryptocurrency is Crypto Buyer. Ryan Taylor, Dash Core Group CEO, emphasizes, quote, Dash usage continues growing at a rapid rate in Venezuela as it provides an alternative that is a more reliable payment method and store of value. Changpeng Zhao of Binance is big on the idea at CZ Binance. BNB now accepted at Burger King. Let that sink in. Curiously, Crypto Buyer, the company that Dash mentioned, has replied to the tweet. In it, it implied that the new initiative will boost the adoption of cryptocurrencies in Latin America. So in response directly to Changpeng Zhao, real adoption, hashtag BIDL, crypto payer. Growing fast all across Latin America. Join us today on Telegram. Well, let's see if Venezuela is a good pilot market for this kind of initiative. If you are a Venezuelan member of the Altcoin Buzz Army, let us know if you'd be willing to part with your Bitcoin or Dash or other altcoins in exchange for a Whopper. As Christopher summarizes here and concludes, admittedly, Venezuela in Latin America is a good place for crypto to thrive. The country is marred with hyperinflation, which is why many Venezuelans are finding solace in Bitcoin. However, it is too soon to judge whether Bitcoin's initiatives will be fully successful. The question I have on my mind is, if it is a country, well, admittedly it is marred by hyperinflation, does that necessarily mean that just because people are using Bitcoin, they're willing to part with it in exchange for fast food? I'm not necessarily sure they're using it right now as an exchange mechanism, as a currency, more so as a store of value perhaps. But again, I don't have my ear to the ground. I'm not representative of that area, so I can't say. However, that would be a concern that would come to mind for me. Let us know if you know better in the comments below. And finally, for today, we are looking at this sponsored piece by NRG, 2019 in review article by Deepika. A remarkable quarter, now heading toward an exciting 2020. Taking a look just for reference purposes and context at NRG, it sits at number 74 rank-wise on CoinMarketCap.com at about $2.07. That's up 2.26 percentage points on the day. Let's give you the rundown here. Energi is aiming to be, quote, the cryptocurrency for full world adoption, utilizing the largest self-funding treasury out of any cryptocurrency. Energi has had an impressive year of progress and growth. And it's been a pretty impressive year in 2019. Breaking it down by quarters, the Energi 2.0 project completely transitioned from proof of work to proof of stake consensus. Starting February 29th, NRG holders began staking their coins to earn more. Currently, anyone can participate in the company's proof of stake system by staking as little as 1 NRG and earn staking rewards as high as 22%. Q2 of 2019 started with a big celebration as the project completed 1 year and kept growing in spite of a long and protracted bear market stretch. As we all know, the team started working on Energi 3.0, which would bring Ethereum's smart contract capabilities to Energi. And upon completion, the platform will support existing and new ERC20 tokens and dApps. In Q3 of 2019, Energi broke into the top 50 cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap.com. Energi also launched Energi Impact, which is a self-funding charity branch of Energi aiming to do good for the world. So far, they have been doing beach cleanups, donating to orphanages, planting trees, and much more. And in September of last year, Energi 3.0 opened for public testing. In Q4 of 2019, Energi was listed by Bithumb, Mercadux, and CoinAll, all of which listed NRG coins. The project edged ahead in one of the biggest airdrops of the crypto sphere. Earn drops rounds 2, 3, and 4 were released, which amounted to close to 2.5 million NRG. So what does 2020 have in store for NRG? Well, the team has now grown to over 60 members, and in the first half of 2020, Energi is going to be releasing their mainnet. And with this launch, the Energi platform will also support Ethereum infrastructure like MyEther Wallet. As Energi 3.0 starts supporting dApps, services like Defense and Incubator will be accessible by dApps too. Energi X, the zero-fee futures exchange, is also tentatively planned for public testing during the first half of 2020. And the full launch of that Energi X initiative will happen in the latter half, or the second half, I should say, of 2020. Meanwhile, some promising decentralized apps and projects are likely to join Energi 3.0 soon, and these projects will receive both infrastructure and financial support from the platform. Although no timeline or time frame has been decided yet, Energi Mobile Wallet is also part of a long-term roadmap. The prime focus of the wallet is to ensure it is easy to use, like Venmo and Cash App. In the coming years, the company seeks to bring on thousands of full-time contributors while expanding marketing efforts, development, and ease of use to rapidly increase demand and adoption. And so we at Altcoin Buzz foresee a very busy 2020 for Energi, and we'll be tracking their progress in the coming years. Stay tuned for more updates and developments as they become available. Of course, none of this is financial advice. As I mentioned, this was a sponsored piece. We are neither encouraging you or discouraging you to go out and avail yourselves of the NRG tokens, but do with this information what you will. There is a lot going on with Energi, and we wish them well. As we mentioned, we will be tracking them further in 2020 and beyond, so stay tuned for more updates. That about wraps it up for today, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Do be sure you are following us on all the regular social media channels and keep checking back into the website. It is altcoinbuzz.io. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications. That way you get alerted to all our latest content. Don't forget, we still have our CryptoTag Zeus Starter Kit giveaways every Saturday. Make sure you like all videos between the giveaway dates, you're subscribed to the channel, and that you comment on eligible videos. Best of luck if you choose to invest today on this Monday, but have a great one, everybody, a great start to your week. And as always, we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.